Hey everyone, and welcome back to another GTA Online video. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic start to 2019. Today I'm going to show you some of my strategies in the Arena War mode, as well as how to counter the Deathbike, because most of the strategies that I'm about to show you will help you win against the Deathbike. Starting out with Wreck-It, the Destruction Race mode, the vehicle you want to use for this mode is the ZR380 with kinetic mines. A lot of people say that the Deathbike is the best vehicle to use for this mode. I think they couldn't be any more wrong. What you want to do if you're racing against death bikes is get in front of them with the ZR380's speed, look back to line up your shot, and then drop down the kinetic mines because these will permanently take them out of the race if they hit them. You want to make it a mission to eliminate all of the death bikes before the race is over. And of course, if you run out of mines, you can always hold Y or triangle on the PS4 to respawn and you'll get 5 more mines to use. If you notice that all of the death bikes are destroyed and you're very far behind in the race, then you simply wait for the other vehicles to lap you and you destroy them. Because if you kill the person in first place, for example, and you're in second place, even if they are multiple laps ahead of you, you will take the lead. And my last strategy for Wreck-It is to make sure that you repair your vehicle. You might fall a place or two back in the race, but you can always use a strategy that I just talked about and destroy the competition who chose not to repair. Up next is a strategy that will work in both Flag War and Hot Bomb, and it's playing defense using the Cerberus. Because of the vehicle's size, it's been written off by a majority of the community in terms of its uses in Arena War, but in Flag War you can pretty much block off the flag from being accessed by the opponent by putting the Cerberus truck sideways. And in Bomb Ball you can completely block the goal, and this helps out your team immensely. Especially in Flag War against the bikes because they're so quick and elusive for capping flags. Doing this will make it near impossible for the enemy team to grab any flags as long as you know what you're doing. Death bikes won't be able to get by you at all, and even if they do, you can pair it with the kinetic mines and you can watch them just fly off their bikes the whole match. If a car has a plow on it, then they'll most likely be able to squeeze underneath you. But in this case, what you want to do is you want to hit the shunt boost right as they make contact with you, because 95% of the time they'll get launched back into the wall and then they'll have to redrive all the way back up to you. Out of everything in this video, this is probably my favorite strategy just because it's really helpful to win these games, to get your skill level up in the arena, and it ticks off deathbike users, which is always a plus. Moving on to Carnage, the best vehicle to use is the Sasquatch monster truck by far, in my opinion. This is the only vehicle that has a chance against the deathbike other than the deathbike itself. And my god, 1v1s with the deathbike are so boring to watch and they last like 15 minutes. Unlike the other modes, deathbikes don't get one hit by kinetic explosions, so you're going to have to utilize the shunt boost to try to outmaneuver them to run them over for the insta-kill. I really don't like the way this mode is designed when there are a lot of people in it because it doesn't incentivize actually trying to kill the other players. So what'll happen is there'll be a couple deathbikes that just drive around the entire match not firing a shot until the very end, and then they have full health while you have like 5 kills and very low health. I think it would be way better if every single kill you got repaired your vehicle a little bit. For tag team, it's pretty much the same exact strategy as well, just with teams. This is probably my least favorite mode out of the bunch, just because every single time I get paired with the worst teammates that die like 10 seconds after I tag them in. Hot Bomb is pretty easy as long as you pick the bike. Unfortunately, there's really no counter to the death bike in this mode. Having a smaller vehicle just makes it way easier and honestly breaks the mode in my opinion. But if you want to win, then definitely choose the death bike. In Game Masters, I recommend picking anything that isn't the Cerberus or the deathbike. The reason for this is because the Cerberus is way too big and slow and you'll be hit by the Mokocho missile and killed. And if you pick the death bike, you will get EMP'd and blown up by the drone in one shot. And if you thought the bike would be hard to hit with the drone's EMP, think again because it's actually quite a big area that you can fire it. When you're on the team with the traps, you want to first see what vehicles the enemy is using. If they're using bikes, then take a drone. And if they're not using bikes, then use the air missile and alternate between that and the drone because their weapons both have cooldowns. If you're playing with friends, you can have one person choose the drone and one person flying a missile around, and the drone can EMP the vehicle to then have the other player come in and one-hit it with the missile, and you can use this to take out more elusive vehicles like the ZR380, but that's assuming you're communicating with your team, which will never happen if you're playing with randoms. And finally, we have Here Comes the Monsters, which is pretty straightforward. If you're on Team Weenie, you really just have to watch your back and be a good driver. It also kind of depends on what map you're playing, what strategy you use. You know, if you're on the futuristic map, you want to drive around and activate all the traps you can, because if you're being followed, then they're going to get hit by the traps. In the Apocalypse map, I like to go on top of the destroyed plane that looks like Afghan from MW2, and I like to hide on there until the monster truck comes and then I jump off. In the Nightmare map, I suggest trying to choose a place to hide as well, just like the Apocalypse map. However, if you do find a place to hide, make sure that this doesn't happen to you. If you're the Monster Truck team, make sure to utilize Shunt Boost to pull off some tricks on them because their turn radius is way smaller than yours, so you're going to need to out-juke them somehow. Anyways, those are my tips and strategies for winning in the Arena War modes. If you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more guide and PvP related content. If you have any strategies that you would like to comment down below, feel free to do so, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.
And the gun tower is operational.